Or Fazbear's Sunshine Factory, Jessica Schmidt, The Horror Escape, 2013. We enter the main stage room. This is a completely new place. There are two Foxies on stage, a pink and white one with a red bow in her hair, and an orange one with a pirate's hook and eye patch. They make a heart shape with their tails. They are in an individual curtain. One on the main stage is an orange Freddy with yellow cheek marks, a red top hat with a black stripe, and a microphone. He also has a yellow bow tie. On his right is a pink bunny. He has a red bow tie and purple cheek marks. He also has a guitar. On Freddy's right, there is Sunshine Chica. She has a purple cupcake in her hand. She is blue with a yellow beak and feet. Her eyes are bright yellow. She also has a towering overbite. There are guests everywhere, enjoying their pizza and drinks. Their pizza and drinks, their sodas. This is the day shift, says Ariel. Don't worry. At night, we will be able to have someone bring us power modules, she says. How are they supposed to trust us, I ask her. We are going to just have to hope, she says. You're right, I tell her. The hours begin ticking down. Tick tock, tick tock. Then 12 a.m. suddenly rolls around. Then we hear the door open. Azalea Windiker, Azalea's house, 2013. Alright, Mom, I yell to her. She thinks that the day after I turn 13, that I have to immediately get a job. It takes a few. It was supposed to take 16. I'm sorry. She thinks the day after I turn 16 that I immediately have to get a job. It takes a few weeks. I haven't been able to see what's available to me. Oh well, at least there is someone pressuring me to get a future. I don't know, it would be harsh. And I'm going to read papers tomorrow. Maybe it would work out. How is this job search so far? I hear from out from the door. You do realize my mom's making me look for a job the day after I turn 16 isn't funny, she says. I know. I just think it's hilarious that you think it's a doozy being 16, then the next day you are already witnessing the business side of things, he says. Oh, har, you don't even have a job yet, I tell Doug. Fun fact, I am looking for one right now, he says. What do you mean, I ask him. I mean that I already have my eyes on one, he says. Already, I ask? Of course, he says. What's it called, I ask. He looks left and right, and as if there was someone listening. Have you ever heard of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, he asks. Well, of course I have. Why wouldn't I ask him? And it's true. What happened at that whole joint chain created one of the life's biggest mysteries. Police are still trying to piece together this cold case. Don't you worry, they pay good. Might not be much, but it would pay for the gas, he says. Do you want me to work at Freddy's, I ask him? Oh no, that chain hasn't been active in years. There are people trying to parody it, though. There is this one guy who made a new Freddy Fazbear's-esque place. It's called Fazbear's Sunshine Factory, he says. So do you want me to work there, I ask him? Just the night shift. Freddy's used to only have one night shift worker. Now they are hiring groups in order to keep things on track, he notes. The animatronics are cool looking, and the pizza tastes pretty good too, he tells me. You know what? Why not? At least it will get my mom off my tail, I tell him. Alright, hey, meet me and the gang at Fanzo's tonight, he says. Why Fanzo's, I ask. That is where everyone wanted me to meet up, he says. It is the cheapest place. The only one that actually has a job right now is Rachel. That is the only place she can afford, he continues. Alright, that makes sense, I tell him. He walks away. I'm going to go ahead and get ready, I tell him. Don't be in such a hurry. The party isn't until 5. The party isn't until 5 hours, he says. I walk inside and go to my room. Then I am picking out a dress. My mom walks in. I thought you were getting a job, she says. Well, guess what? Doug offered me to work with him, I tell her. Oh, Doug. That doesn't sound suspicious, she says. There is not anything suspicious about it, I tell her. Okay, she says. She walks out of the room. Now that you think about it, that does sound a bit suspicious. I am having second thoughts about going. Oh well, hopefully he doesn't pull anything. I finally pick out a dress. Alright, this will do, I tell myself. I put the flower dress on and look into the reflection. This is perfect, I tell myself. I walk out of the living room and show my mom. It shows too much, she says. Mom, I yell. Oh, I'm just kidding, she says. You got me worried there, I say. And she did. I have to get out. I have to get someone else's opinion before I choose something. I walk out of the house. What do I do for the next 4 hours and 53 minutes, I guess? I guess I could go to that new Fazbear Sunshine Factory place. Why the heck not? I have time to kill, and I won't be too confused on where things are located once I figure out what I am doing. I climb onto my bike and begin riding to the new location. I currently have my GPS active. I can use that. It tells me to go certain directions, and then I actually make it to Fazbear's Sunshine Factory. I make it to the entrance, and then knock on the door. No one comes to unlock it. I knock on it again, until I figure out the place is closed. I still have an hour left. I can go to the meeting already. I can go to the meeting early. I get on my bike and begin riding to the party. Rachel Arganer, Fanzos, 2013. I begin cooking this burger for one of the customers. He seems to be in a suit, meaning that he must have somewhere to be. At the same time, who wears a suit to a fast food place? If anything, he's going to get it dirty. Why would he want to get it dirty? Obviously, it was expensive. I finish the burger and hand it to him. $2.29, I tell him. He hands me the cash, and gets on his way. I count the money, only to figure out he's $1 short. Hey, sir, you need to give me $1 more, I tell him. He continues walking out of the store. Sir, I am talking to you, I tell him. He keeps on walking and exits the door. I rush into the boss's office and slam on his desk. You have to come up with a way to stop people from robbing us, I tell him. What is your problem? It comes off of your paycheck, he says. You don't even care about the life of this company, I ask him. Trust me, I care about it. It pays me, he says. Oh god, all you idiots care about is money. There is a perfect place down the street that will pay me more than this, I inform him. Call me an idiot one more time, and the only thing you'll be doing is walking out that door, he says. Do you realize that stolen money gets taken from you as well, right? I ask him. I pay you more than anyone else because I know you are responsible enough to make sure that kind of stuff doesn't happen, he says. But I begin. End of discussion, he yelps. Crap, what is wrong with him? What am I supposed to do? How do I catch this guy? Oh well. Maybe the cops will do something about it. I would rather stay out of his way. He might pull something. Everyone is coming over to the diner later today. I'm going to go ahead, clean some dishes, and make sure the place is kosher when they come over to eat. I grab the phone and call 911. 911, what's your emergency? Says the operator. Hello, yes, someone stole money from us, and I need your assistance, she says. What do you need this person? What do you think what does this person's car look like? Asked the operator. I look outside and notice that the robber is climbing outside his car. I look closely at the licensing plate. It says AMRCA 167. The license plate is AMRCA 167. I tell the operator. Our police will be right to your assistance, the operator says. She hangs up, and I continue setting up for the group meeting. It will be here soon. Cindy Barnes, Cindy's house, 2013. I dress up for the meeting today. The shirt I picked out for the occasion is covered in cats. I get my cat addiction from my dad. He is a cat person. I walk out of the house and hop on my skateboard. I'm going to go over to Doug's house currently. He is setting up a meeting for us at the local diner. I don't know what is up with him in these normal get-togethers. Apparently he has some news for us. I don't really know what he has planned, but I do know one thing. The thing that I know is the thing has something to do with his job. He clearly is excited about his work. Apparently, he isn't giving out information until the meeting. He was always like that, especially as we were kids. He always refused information until the following day. I don't know what's up with him. All I know is that I'm riding my skateboard and I crash out the electric pole. I wasn't paying attention to where I was going, and I end up crashing. That's what Doug warned me about. He told me to ride with my parents if I only listened. I struggle to get up until I see this man help me up. Who are you? I ask. The name is Vincent. How are you? He asks. I am doing fine. How about you? I ask him. I'm doing better than I ever was, he says. So thank you for helping me out back there, I tell him. Oh, you look like you're out of a job, he says. How did you know I'm facing job troubles? How did you know that, I ask him. I know lots of things, he tells me. Oh, I didn't know you knew that much about me, I tell him. Oh, trust me, I know many things about lots of people, just by looking at them, he says. What about the job, I ask him. Well, I am handing out flyers about this new job I made for people. It is just... You look like you would be perfect for the job, he says. Oh, wow, what is it, I ask him. There is this new place called Fazbear's Sunshine Factory. I need some new employees, and you are the perfect fit, he says. What is it about, I ask him. I need some shift workers. Some mysterious things happen at night in that location. We need some night guards to guard the place at night, he says. Why would you want me to do that, I ask him. I thought it would fit someone like you, he says. Someone like me, I ask him. Look, just take the flyer, think about it, and come back to talk with me once you've made the final decision, he says. He walks away. I look down at the flyer. Come on down for family fun and friendship, it says. I fold it up and then place it in my pocket. Do I really have to do this, I ask myself. I get back on my skateboard and head down to Doug's. Once I make it there, he is at the porch to greet me. Hello, Cindy, he says. Doug, look what I have, I tell him. I unfold the paper and hand it to him. Oh, that place. I just came home from giving Rachel that job offer, he says. Do you think I should go, I ask him. Well, if you want to, he tells me. I look back down at my flyer. You know what? I just might start working there, I tell him. That's the spirit, he says. Doug Randolph, Doug's House, 2013. I start getting everyone together for the meeting. I hope they come. I spent so much time getting this together. I hop on my bike and start riding down the van to Vanso's. Rachel is there setting up everything. I hope she achieved her goal. Why wouldn't she? She always gets the job done. She has to do it too. There won't be any meeting without Rachel. It is time to stop worrying. I arrive at Fanzo's. I see that Rachel has already reserved the table, and she already has things set up. I see Cindy following behind me. She sits down at the table. So do I. Rachel sits down with us. So I guess we are only missing Azalea, she says. Yep, like always, I tell her. Just as those words slip out of my mouth, Azalea runs through the doors, panting. Don't worry, I am here, she says. Why are you out of breath, I ask her. Look, it is not always a doozy riding your bike for miles. Just sit down at the table in the dinner for a few minutes, she says. Well, we go to these meetings every month. This is the first time I've heard about your frustrations about it, I tell her. Well, yes, I have been holding it in, she says. Can you at least sit down, I tell her. Fine, she says. She sits in her chair. So how do I put this? I have a new job. 2 of you don't know this. Although, 1 of you doesn't, he says. I guess that person is me, asks Rachel. Yes, indeed, that person is you, I tell her. Where do you work now, she asks. It is a kid's pizza place called Fazbear's Sunshine Factory, I tell her. What are you going to do there, she asks. I work the night shift, you know. Make sure everything is going as planned, I tell her. So, why do you have this meeting here this time, she asks. I am glad you asked. This place is a group night guard system. I was thinking, since you guys are all out of business, that you can join me, I tell him. Trust me, it will be fun, I continue. Rachel, Fanzo's, 2013. Who does Doug think he is, asking us to work the night shift at some place? There is no way I'm going to agree with this. I mean, maybe I will for at least one night. You know what? I'm going to say yes. It is worth a shot. Okay, sure, says Cindy. Alright, says Azalea. Doug, look at me. What do you think? Asks Doug. This is where I have to make my final choice, you know? Sure, I tell him. Yes, we all agree that we are going to work there, he says. He hands us all flyers. Here you go, take these, and give them to me tomorrow. I will turn them in, and then you will all become a little group, he says. I put my flyer in my pocket, and after a little more talking, everyone heads on home. I get on my bike and ride myself home. I wonder what my boss will think when I don't come in tomorrow. At least Fazbear's will pay me more. and there are no cash registers to be stolen from. I mean, it probably does. I don't know anymore. I arrive home. I sit down at my little desk, and the place doesn't open for at least a few weeks. I'll work at Fando's until then. I need as much money as possible in order to pay off car bills. At least, when I get a car. I haven't figured out what I am getting yet, or what type I'm getting. I pick up a book from one of my shelves, The Silver Eyes. The title reads, "From my research, this is the book of the creator of Fazbear's Sunshine Factory. Read in order to learn how to create animatronics." Cindy's House, 2013. I put the flyer down on the table. It doesn't open for at least a few weeks. I still need to figure out what I'm going to do about this job. I like animatronics and is interested about how they are made. Hopefully I will get some one day. It would be pretty neat, but I work here now. I need to do what I need to do before I do what I want. This is interesting how life works. When my parents walk in, I show them the flyer, and they show me their amazement. Azalea's House, 2013. I continue looking at the flyers. Do I really want to work here? I grab the dishes and start cleaning them. Hopefully, they get cleaned before my parents get home. Can't stop thinking about Fazbear's though. I focus my attention on the dishes, for I know what happens when I fail my task. My parents gave me direct orders, and I need to follow them. I still can't stop thinking about Fazbear's. I need to flip through the flyer. Apparently, there is a little booklet inside of the flyer. I continue reading it. Okay, that was chapter 4. Stay tuned for chapter 5.